hello, 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 hello. 1 second. We got a lot of people tuning in today. Yes, hello there. Good evening. Good evening. They say good evening, Pastor. Good evening. Man, so let me just wait for more people to get in my central air. One thing I hate about being like on the high levels is that, and being so like vented outdoorsy, you know, basically got bugs coming in here. Sometimes I leave the door open a little bit, and the next thing you know, you got all these freaking flies. Man, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm on like the high level, probably like 3rd floor. I wish I was on the 4th, but anyway, yeah, I left my door open, so I got a little fly issue here, man. One little annoying fucking fly. Why do I always wear black? Because I am a servant. I am a servant. I'm a serviteur. Yes, and I make that as my, how can I say this? That is my signature. What's understood doesn't have to be explained. Okay, Luna Love says, okay, actually, let me answer this question here. How do you upload every day? I struggle with making content. Well, I'm going to tell you this. It's like let me say something. What inspires my content is the fact that I wake up every day and this is what I do. My life does not revolve outside of mysticism. You know, everything that I do is like ritual, down to the jewelry, down to the people that I have in contact with. And not only that, when you're doing work for clients, the work that you do for clients gives you inspiration to keep on continuing. And, you know, for me, a lot of my content at times is inspired by conversations that I have with the clients that I do work for. So for me, when I hear a crazy story, okay, that gives me inspiration. Okay, I'm on social media, I see a person makes a crazy post, oh, and I get inspiration from that. So now I can make a lesson off of that. And not only that, I come from a Christian background as well. My father was a pastor. So for me, it's like my father, I used to watch my father as a kid. My father would he would recite what he would say. Sometimes he would practice. I would watch my father practicing as I was a kid. You know, my father would be in the room, he would be practicing whatsoever, you know, what he's going to say, and so and so. So for me, it's the same way. Like, I guess it runs in a family line. You know, basically being a good orator, you know, prédicateur. It just runs in the family. You know, I just take different experiences and I incorporate them to what I do. But then again, some things could just be genetics, you know. Like I said, my father used to be a pastor. He was very good at speaking to people. This guy would be in a room with hundreds of people and he would be speaking. You know, my father had that gift to move people when he preached. Thank you for being available for quick inquiries and last minute information. It's very appreciated. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, we have the YouTube audience. We got the TikTok audience coming in. Good evening, TikTok. Good evening, TikTok. Yes. So, okay. Yes, Sasha Khalid, you're welcome. Can you talk about female spirits that are good for wealth? Now, personally for me, I don't use female spirits for wealth. I use female spirits more for like relationship matters. You know, that's what I utilize female spirits for. I can't speak on that much, but from what other traditionalists in the religion of Vodou say, they say that Ezeli Freda can basically make people wealthy. You know, I can actually see La Sirène doing that because there's an aspect of La Sirène called La Sirène Jama. 1 second. someone in TikTok said, Yemoya helped to find a purpose. That's why I was going to say, La Sirene. Now, in Santeria, they utilize the picture we use for La Sirene, right? The siren. La Sirene, we have a version of La Sirene called La Sirene Jama, which means La Sirene of the diamond, right? Or she's a diamond La Sirene. I would say that spirit can possibly aid in business, but that's more towards feminine business whatsoever, cosmetics, cosmetology, you know? So I think that would be a good spirit if you are a female. But again, I don't utilize those type of spirits whatsoever for that matter. I use them more for the matters of the heart. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between an intranquil spirit spell and an obsession spell? Well, an intranquil spirit spell is very lethal and definitely can bring about partial obsession, but intranquil spirit is desperation. That's more of like the person will do anything to have you. They'll go to the end of the world to basically have you. And not only that, I would say with that workings, these people can sometimes go through a lot of hardship in life because they're not doing what they're supposed to. You know, so when you have the intranquil spirit on someone, if they don't commit to the person that's inquiring of them, it's like that person's going to begin to have hardships in their life, bad problems, accidents, job loss, things of that nature, you know? Now, on the end of the obsession is more of like, oh, I need to speak to this person. If I don't speak to this person, I feel like I'm doomed. I feel like I'm possibly going to, you know, I'm going to lose this person forever. It's almost like, man, how could I, like I said, it's almost like a person that's abusing substances, you know, like illegal substances, drugs, whatsoever. Because it's like you become addicted to that person. You become hooked to that person. Where it's like, oh my God, if I can't have you, it's like I feel like I'm going to, you know, meet my demise, you know? So yes, but even with the session, there's not too much of that. But then again, I can't say that. It all depends on who's doing it for you. You know, I guess it all depends on who's doing it for you. But the work that I've done has evolved throughout the years. You know, so I'm scared to say it, and I'm sad to, and it hurts me to say it. But everything that I do is very aggressive. There is no, even if I do an obsession spell, there's still a consequence if that person deviates, you know? Everything that I do is not lightweight. Rarely do I ever make an exception, you know, an exception to water what I do down. You know, so that's what I have to say about that. Let me look at the TikTok comments real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Let me look at the TikTok. I was wondering where your page went. Glad to see you're back. Of course, I'm right here, man. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? The last TikTok account, you know what I'm saying, I had some haters whatsoever, you know what I'm saying? And the haters did their job, you know, but in 30 days, I rebuilt my joint back. And here I am, you know what I'm saying, bigger than ever on TikTok. Thank you, Vivasa, for supporting. 1 second. I worked with Ezeli Freda and made 22K. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Yeah, about Ezeli Freda. Someone recently asked me earlier on YouTube, they asked me which female spirit could they work with to basically make money and stuff. Like I said, you know, for me, for what I recommend, for what I was told by the traditionalists in Vodou, a lot of these people recommend Ezeli Freda. But for me, like I said, I don't really work with the female spirits for that purpose. You know what I'm saying? I have my own. Y'all Haitian women know why men use Ezeli Freda. I'm not going to say it because I know TikTok likes to really be, you know, very serious about their rules, their community guidelines. So I'm going to leave that to the rest of your imaginations. Bonsoir beaucoup. Ou c'est celle beaucoup qui propre nan haïtien parce que nous connaît nan culture nous beaucoup toujours sale. Non mon cher, I mean, you know, I don't know. Moi-même son nèg nous fait moun embrasser la vie beaucoup. You know what I'm saying? But même si on est Port-au-Prince, c'est ça que I'm going to speak English in a bit. I'm going to speak English for a bit. But I got to address this in Creole. Si on est levé Port-au-Prince, et pas Port-au-Prince Jodia, c'est Port-au-Prince ancien. L'aime de wè grand moun tap habillé longtemps. Yo te frais parce yo te frais. So pour moi-même, et comme ça, Québécois, mais c'est comme ça agi. Nous sommes anciens haïtiens. Listen, I'm just saying, man, Port-au-Prince son l'autre qualité la vie. Là où c'est mon monde. Listen, nèg yo tout sale, nous sommes Port-au-Prince. Nèg Port-au-Prince toujours frais, man. Et puis nous piganster. But all right, let me get back to English. Hey, let me get back to English. Because I know some people be like, oh, he's not a real Haitian, he doesn't speak Creole. But I just gave it to y'all just there, you know? Spiritual virtues. There you go, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, my first time here. Hello, everyone, just swinging by. Well, this is an open Q&A. Everybody has an opportunity to ask me questions, and I give you my thoughts. That's what this is designed for. It's a Q&A, so you ask whatever spiritual questions you want to, and I answer them, you know? So for those of you that are new on TikTok here, basically, I'm actually live streaming here on TikTok, and I also have YouTube that I'm answering open questions to, you know? So it's an open Q&A, you know, and revolving around spiritual questions. So if you have spiritual questions revolving around mysticism and Haitian Vodou, I'm open to answering your questions. So now, I think I've answered all my questions on TikTok for now. Let me look at my Facebook, my YouTube and Facebook questions. Hold on. Okay. Okay, what is this? This one says, what does a target feel mentally when the intranquil love work is on them when they resist? I would say this. Resistance is more of complications begin to arise in their life. When you're doing intranquil spirit workings, you know, to bring someone to you, that spirit is forceful. So when that person puts up resistance, let's just say they go out on a date with someone else, you may hear that, oh, this person got into an accident, or this person is going through financial difficulty. That spirit is going to put a lot of obstacles in their way in order to prevent that person from going any further. And if they manage to go any further, then there's going to be more complications. It's going to push them even back towards you. But psychologically, they can be bothered by all the problems that's going on. But then again, once in a while, the thought of you may pop up in their mind. But again, you know, I usually like to say to people, make sure it's a fresh situation, because you don't want to do intranquil spirit work on someone and it's been 10 years whatsoever since you've seen them. You know, that's would be a situation that I would avoid. I like fresh situations because you're fresh on their mind. So when that intranquil spirit starts to make them feel lonely, they can automatically point back to you and be like, okay, wow, I miss this person. Yeah. But usually, if answering your question, what does the person mentally? What does the person feel mentally when a tranquil spirit work is on them? Sometimes, again, if they're putting up resistance, basically they can be frustrated by the problem that they're having in life. But to answer your question the correct way, you should answer that question is, what do they psychologically feel? Not when they resist. Psychologically, what they feel is basically they miss they can have this sadness on them. This sadness out of nowhere. They don't know what the sadness is. And sometimes it's like this loneliness cannot even be solved by them being around other people. So now, what do we have here? Just don't feed lassi and sushi or anything from the sea. Yeah. Everybody says they don't do. Okay, I got a super chat. Someone paid me for a super chat. Let me get back to it. 1 second. I'm gonna get to TikTok real quick. Let me answer this super chat real quick. Whoa, I got super chats left and right. Okay, let me answer these paid questions. Where's this? Wait. I got a lot of questions coming in. Okay, first super chat. If someone sold a person's soul spiritually, what ways could that benefit? What way could that? Okay, if someone sold someone's soul spiritually, what ways could that individual protect themselves? I don't know any way they could protect themselves. Listen, see, I don't know, man. Some of these guys, they listen. They can wear whatever amulet they want to, but over here, listen. Some people can pray, cool, but ultimately, over here we play for keeps. We play long term. That's why you saw a review from someone I posted. This person did a work with me 7 years ago. 8 years, that person that we did work on is still going through problems and issues. So you can go and pray all you want. See, Port-au-Prince Haitians are a different breed, man. You know, these is not no what they call these what they call these Laxibonite Haitians, man. Port-au-Prince dudes a different breed, man. So when we do something, it's like let me tell you something. Port-au-Prince dudes are like Rolex. Laxibonite dudes are like Seikos, right? There's this what do you call him? Zebate or something like that. He's from Laxibonite. And look at him, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Port-au-Prince Haitians are built different. When we do work, it's built to last. Again, look at Zebate. That is a representative of people from Laxibonite. You know what I'm saying? Like you see this guy. This guy can't listen. I gave him a shot. I gave him a shot. This guy hasn't gone anywhere. I gave him 2,000 subscribers. He still hasn't gone anywhere or done anything. That's how these Laxibonite people are, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we Port-au-Prince people, we do things different. When we do work that is built to last, it's like a Rolex. These outside individuals, I don't know, man. Go naive, but I don't know about these people. You know what I'm saying? I know about Port-au-Prince. We build things to last. We build spells to last like it's a Rolex, man. Port-au-Prince on the map. Yeah, a lot of these cats from the mountainside like to talk about, oh, you know what I'm saying? They this and they that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Port-au-Prince, man, for life. What's worse, intranquil spirit? Okay, which worse on a stubborn? What's worse, intranquil spirit or obsession? What's worse, intranquil spirit or obsession spell? I would say intranquil spirit. It might be slower. It might be slower, a little bit slower, but I think the intranquil spirit is much more dangerous. Much more dangerous. One second. We got another super chat. A super sticker. Okay. Okay. 1 second. Let me get to my TikTok now. TikTok questions. Hold on. Wim dead zeal. Okay. Yeah, dead zeal. One second. All right. Let me answer this in Creole. I gotta answer this one in Creole. Wim de wè sa te ekriya. Mde djou. Son nek Port-au-Prince. Lem de leve, lem de ti moun. De kon toujou wè gran moun toujou habillé bien. Lem de leve nan kay moun propre. You say non tout ça ou fait toujours habillé bien parce que c'est lui qui même qui a fait moun respecter ou Jean agit Jean qui mettait c'est lui même c'est ça qui a fait moun respecter ou même sous mystique même sous travail dans ordinateur faut toujours habillé bien sous son prédicateur faut toujours habillé bien you know what I'm saying that's it you feel me but faut ma réponse en anglais parce que il y a pile fanatique qui parle anglais là. Okay. How do you undo a binding? Man, again, like listen, someone asked me on TikTok, how do you undo a binding? How does someone undo a binding? That all depends on if the person did it like we do it. You see, we build things to last forever. Like a lot of people out here, they're just playing. You see, they do things, okay. You go on YouTube, you see a lot of these guys burn their candle and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And yes, we do a binding spell. Cool. I can look at it and be like, that's short-lived. Now, with something like that, I guess you can take a bath, spiritual bath, and get that off of you. But what we do over here is built to last. There's no praying it away. There is no taking a protection spell to take it away. See, we do things different over here. We build things to last. We're like Rolex. A lot of our competitors are like Seiko. You know what I'm saying? So I just say for here, don't get caught. That's it. Don't get caught in it. For us, if people like us do it, or you know, say if people, let's just say people of our mindset, and I'm saying our, yes, plural, because just because you see me, there's a whole bunch of people. There's a whole bunch of people that's part of this here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just see the face, but there's a whole bunch of people, let me say, living and unliving, that supports my agenda. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if certain people outside of what we do had the mindset of how we do things, they would understand there's no way of breaking it. You know what I'm saying? You can dance and be jolly all you want online and try to hide what's going on. Let me give you an example, right? Let me give you an example. Because some people say, "Oh, that's not true." That's okay. Let me explain something to you. There's this YouTuber, and this is what you got to watch out when you do permanent work, because some people they want to flex and act like certain things are not affecting them. Let me give you an example. There was a YouTuber that was talking real crazy last year, right? Some people did work on that YouTuber. This YouTuber was acting like everything was going on. This YouTuber was acting like everything was going on, like perfect in their life, saving face for social media. Meanwhile, this dude lost his mind, started doing crazy things outside of that. Boy was looking sick and everything like that. Boy was going through a whole bunch of problems. Like, I'm just saying, that boy turned into a whole complete different individual. But on social media, I mean, listen, this not only that, dude had a girl that was with him. She says that she had the size of a golf ball. Her jaw swelled up like this. There was work being done. But this dude was jumping on social media acting like everything was fine. It wasn't until people was able to go to the background. And not only that, that person that was beefing last year talking a lot of smack, that person moved out of their house. Now, that person doesn't know that people came by their house and laid down powder. You know what I'm saying? And come to find out, that person doesn't even live in that house anymore. That house looks abandoned. But on social media, this is what I'm saying to you. You got to pay attention to these people on social media, because if you're doing work on them, sometimes they want to be mavericks and act like certain things are not affecting them. So when it comes down to a binding spell, some things can be broken, but some people try to act like, oh, everything is fine, to make it seem like, oh, this spell is not working whatsoever. Come on, man. The reality is this, man. It's best to watch people and don't even give them an inkling that you're going to do something to them. Because when things naturally happen, you can definitely know what's going on with them. But other than that, some things can be broken. Joe, I'm just saying, who that? I'm just saying that maybe that is him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That maybe that is him. Wow, we got 17. Who was it? People asking on TikTok who was the YouTuber. Can't say all that, man. You know what I'm saying? That YouTuber know who they are. You know what I'm saying? They know. Listen, one thing I'm gonna say about this spiritual stuff, man. If you look, like a lot of people from last summer, right? A lot of people from last summer that dissed me and did all that weird stuff. You look at a lot of these YouTubers now, they look shell-shocked. I mean, this one YouTuber, like I said, he moved from his house. He got a whole bunch of things pending right now. This boy about to end up in jail. Last time I heard, they said that this guy got rape charges and stuff like that, and he's about to, now he's had to go to court. He's about to be subpoenaed. So I heard a whole lot of things been going on in that boy. Like, then there's another Haitian boy that I heard that was doing a lot of crazy stuff, man. And it seemed like they did some work on that boy. That boy looked zombified, man. You be looking at that Haitian boy. I'm gonna tell y'all guys, if y'all know what I'm talking about, look at EA Koetting. That was another guy. A lot of you guys. See, I'm just saying, TikTok's a fairly new invention. A lot of y'all guys missed out on everything that was going on. How many of you do y'all remember EA Koetting? Do y'all remember EA Koetting? Okay, if some of y'all are new, I'm going to give you a history. I'm going to give you a little history, because now you guys are catching me 8 years later. Whatsoever. So now some of you guys are just learning about me. Now y'all looking at the old version of Lenny with gray hair in his beard and stuff like that. That's the Lenny y'all meeting on TikTok. But let me break this story down to you, right? EA Koetting was a big YouTuber in 2014, 2015. Like, this guy was European occultism. He even got a couple of books out right now. EA Koetting, man. This guy started talking about voodoo. You know what I'm saying? He started talking about voodoo. And I don't know. There was, I came on the scene, and my message, if anybody see me today and they compare me to how I was 8 years ago, they're going to be like, Leonard has toned down a lot. Listen, my first Facebook, like my first YouTube, listen, I was off the chain. I was off the hook. Listen, so much people hated my guts, and stuff that I would say was untamed. And I guess I ruffled some feathers, and that YouTuber didn't like me. I had to tell him, I basically said some truths that, I mean, I'm not going to say it on TikTok because TikTok watching. Because TikTok, I don't want to be them. But I said certain truths of Vodou that certain people are looked down upon, or they're not allowed access to certain traditions whatsoever because of certain historical facts, right? And I guess EA Koetting did not agree with that as a descendant of Europeans. So he started doing subliminals and doing slick stuff. So what happened was, let's just say EA Koetting really got some other people on his head. And EA Koetting, he actually started feeling the pressure. This guy started looking sick and all types of stuff, man. This guy got addicted to drugs. I mean, but in the midst of that, when he first started feeling the pressure, he jumped on social media and apologized and said that he will never ever practice Haitian voodoo again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. Again, this is not no fake King Brujo stuff where you try to put things together and say that you did something. He literally got on social media and apologized to the Haitian voodoo community and said that he's no longer going to practice Haitian voodoo again. If you people are there, if you YouTubers are there, you remember that. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's a whole nother story. I had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I had nothing to do with that. He was just talking some stuff, and then weird stuff started happening. And that's what it is. And EA Koetting has never been the same ever since. I mean, last time I checked on EA Koetting got caught up in something where somebody ended up dying and passing away while actually being murdered in the UK. And he ended up taking a rap for it and something like that, you know. Unlike King Brujo like to jump up and say, oh, I did. Listen, this man. He ended up getting banned from TikTok, YouTube, all types of social media platforms. So, unlike King Brujo that reports people's channels and then try to say, oh, his magic did that. We don't do that over here. When something happens to an individual, there was no people calling the police, typing things on social media to get people reported. Things naturally happen. That's real magie. That's not reporting whatsoever. I'm gonna tell you guys, y'all gotta watch out with these fake spirituals out here. These fake spirituals will report your channel and then turn around and try to say, oh, it was our black magic that did that. Come on, man. So listen, let me look at these. Let me see what's going on here. Well, okay, let me see what we got. Hold on. You need Twitter. Hold on. Hold on. He has shut down in a major way. Yes, that was real. That was real. That wasn't nobody who reported his channel. Nobody reported his channel. That was just a natural thing that happened. Basically, somebody ended up dying, and then he got the blame for. They blamed him for it, and they banned him from every social media platform. Is it rare for IFA and Vodou? Is it rare for a person to IFA in Haitian Vodou? I mean, listen. Is it rare for a person to IFA in Vodou? I mean, listen. I would say this. Is it rare for somebody to practice Haitian Vodou and IFA? I would say it's rare. Again, if you move past religion, you can kind of make things work. Because again, remember, Ogun, who we call Ogun in Haitian Vodou, he is from Ifa. He's from Nigeria. Nago, right? Shango, where's Shango from? Shango is from Ifa. He's from Nigeria. Kingo Bakoso, right? So even in Vodou itself is not even really Haitian Vodou is not even really a religion that's unique on its own, because it takes from a lot of places and there's a lot of implements in there from various sources. If you look at Vodou, that's why we have Nation. You have spirits from the Congo. You have spirits from Nigeria. You have spirits from the Senegal. You have all types of spirits that are interwoven into the fabric of Haitian Vodou. So for a person to say, oh, they have some practices from EFI and they blend it with Vodou whatsoever. I mean, listen, you're not, I'm saying if you're talking to a traditionalist, they're going to say no. You're saying, but if you overstand and look beyond that and you move past religion, then you can see how these things could actually work whatsoever, you know? But again, when you get into religion, this is when you have confusion. All right? Ain't no E5. No, I get that. But what I was saying is this, is that what I was saying is this, is that you do have some spirits from Nigeria where you have Negnago. Where is Nago? What is Nago? Nago is referring to Nigeria. That is Ogu. Where does Ogu come from? He comes from Nigeria, from the Ifa tradition. Shango is from Nigeria, Ifa tradition. We may not get into the language or the terminologies of Ifa, but this is where these spirits come from, right? Now, you have Legba. Legba is Ilegbara. If I'm correct, that is from what is it? Dahomey, right? Today, that is Benin, Togo, right? Now, you have, what do they call them? What do they call them? Let's go to Congo now. Simbi. Simbi is basically a Congo spirit, but now I'm moving away from that. But what I'm saying was this. My point I was trying to stress is that you have a lot of spirits from Vodou from different places in Africa, right? Different places in Africa. So we can't truly say that Vodou itself, Haitian Vodou itself, is a tradition that stands on its own. It's not really a tradition that stands on its own. It's a spirit. It's a tradition that is like a hybrid. It's like a hybrid system because it basically has different practices from different areas. And even with the modern version of Vodou today, you have a lot of people that have especially in the 60s, Haitians from the 60s, 70s, whatsoever, they were Rosicrucian. There's into Rosicrucian. There was Mason. There was in the Masonic tradition. So you had a lot of people that was blending a lot of the mysteries whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you're talking about traditionalists, I mean, listen, I don't really even know much purist in Vodou today. Again, maybe the new school, but one thing I realized with the American audience, a lot of American audience, they're more purists. They want the pure Vodou. But again, a lot of us that came up that was born in the 80s, born in the 70s, born in the 60s, we came up in a hybrid system, especially if you're from Port-au-Prince. Let me just say this. Port-au-Prince is different. I want to put that on the map. Port-au-Prince, the way Port-au-Prince Haitians practice Vodou is different from the way people from Gonaïve, what I said, Latsibonite, you know what I'm saying, Découzé, you know what I'm saying, Découzin. Like we practice things totally different. So for me, the way I practice things, or the environment I came from, we do things different from the outsiders. So I really can't even speak truly for outsiders, but I can say how things was in Port-au-Prince. Is there a way to remove witchcraft? It all depends on what it is. Is Baon Samedi a Freemason? I can't necessarily say that. I mean, listen, people, again, that goes back to what I was saying. Baon Samedi. Now, listen, you know the funny thing about Baon Samedi? Do you know what Baon means? Baon means man in Spanish. Man of the cemetery. Baon Cimiterio, right? The man of the cemetery, right? But that's a whole nother story, man. That's that right there. But I didn't want that in to say that a lot of people who are into that are Caribbean descent, that are into the Gede, a lot of these people tend to have a lot of Masonic symbolism when they're doing their craft. And you even find some Wugun that mix up the Bao, the Gede tradition with Masonic, Masonic mysteries whatsoever, because both of them deal with the darkness. Both of them deal with somewhat of the death whatsoever, etc. What's the difference between Vodou and Obeah? I come from a long line of Obeah workers. I don't really much know about Obeah workers, you know what I'm saying? Obeah, but one thing I have seen from, if I'm correct, from the Jamaicans, what I've seen, a lot of those people use Solomonic magic. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot that use like the Jamaicans. I've seen a lot of them that use the Solomonic magic, Solomon seals, and stuff like that. And then I guess some do even traditional stuff, but I can't really speak on that because I don't know much about Obeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know much about it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even want to speak certain things whatsoever, and I sound like a fool. Okay, somebody in Creole. Qui jonye mon cher? Moi espérer ou suspend de respecter Kemet. What? We should be okay with different traditions, African ways of life, whether we practice them or not. I don't know if that was a reference to me or not, but I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, I didn't. Well, I guess they're speaking to somebody else, but that's not for me. What spirit would you use to make a target bat-ish crazy? Listen, I think that ultimately depends. That ultimately depends on the mental health status of the person, because an individual can have that type of work on them. Just because, again, there's people out here that says, "Oh, to make a person lose their mind, the spell to make a person lose their mind." I say that only works on a person whose mind is already weak. If I wouldn't even say weak. I would say that works on a person whose mind is already weakened. That's how it works with swearing. You know what I'm saying? Like a person whose mind is already has like borderline schizophrenia. Those people already have those issues existing. So it's easy to cause that, to bring that out of a person. A person with sound mind and judgment, with strong mind, I don't think that, from my experience, I have not seen that work on a person that makes them do that. Now, will it cause a person to become enraged, or do some things that will be irrational? Yes. But to say a person's going to end up talking to themselves, doing under the straight, no. I remember this one Haitian guy was talking a lot of crazy stuff on YouTube. This guy, I remember they put work on that boy, Montreal Haitian. You know what I'm saying? I remember they put work on old boy. And boy got up there, man. This dude talking about he's about to do the worst to his girlfriend, do the worst to his mother, do the worst to everybody in the house, man. The police had to end up coming up in there. They threw that boy in the mental health hospital, you know what I'm saying? They threw him in an institution, you know what I'm saying? They institutionalized that boy. He lost his mind on social media. That boy, he deleted that video. I think I still got that. I think I got that video on my files. You know what I'm saying? I saved that video. That boy lost it on the channel. Okay, one second. Mappy Young. How many years ago was that? Hold on. Yes, brother. In the past, you made statements not so positive regarding Kemet. I made respectful video addressing you years ago. I mean, listen, you're talking about things from years ago. Where am I at now? I got gray hair in my beard. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about things from 7 years ago, probably 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I got gray hair in my beard. I moved on from that stuff a long time ago, man. So, I mean, if you're offended, I apologize for what I may have said 7 to 8 years ago. But I moved on from that stuff, man. Don't you see? My life is definitely different from where I was 8, 7 years ago, my friend. Can you talk about obsession? Okay, hold on. Does the black pullet? Hold on, wait. Let me see. Do I have the black pullet here? The poulet noir, the black pullet. Do I have that here? I'm going to get back to the TikTok questions. Hold on. I asked a lot of Facebook questions. I'm about to get back to TikTok. So let me just answer this last one here. Does the black pullet work? And you know anyone who has used it successfully? The poulet noir. Now, here goes. I mean, the poulet noir talks about magical rings. I mean, listen, I make my thing the way I make it. You just got to know how to utilize it. I feel like, yes, the poulet noir is good. You just got to know how to make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? How to make it work for you. Because yes, magical rings do exist. And saying if you're a believer in the occult, then you know that exists. The talismans, the seals, you got to learn how to make it work for yourself. But yes, I am a firm believer in that it actually works. You just got to know how to make it work for yourself. Okay, now let me get back to TikTok. Let me answer TikTok some TikTok questions. Hold on. Papatism for help. What? Hold on. I have faith in myself and all magic I can do. Okay, all right, okay. I'm having so much luck by my family, so I'm disrespectful. I'm having so much luck, but my family is so disrespectful and rude to my practices. Yeah, hold on. Okay, I just need prayers that I stop being so sensitive and triggered by monsters. Let me tell you something, man. When I was young, my mother threw away my kit, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. My mother, she knew what background I came from, or where the family came from. But my mother was one of those people where my mother wanted to separate herself from what my father's side of the family had going on. And even her own mother, where she wanted to separate herself from that because they became Christian and they wanted to separate themselves from that. I remember one day my mom saw that, I had some gemstones and stuff like that. My mom threw all that stuff in the garbage, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I have to do? What happened was I got older. I got my own place and I started doing my own thing, right? So when I started doing my own thing, but here it goes, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing. You know what? I don't go too personal with that. But I say I got my own place. I started doing my own thing. And when people start seeing me leveling up, they start seeing, yo, this dude coming up bins, gold. This boy got money, got new shoes. You know what I'm saying? This boy living his life. That's when people start looking like, yo, that boy, that whatever he's doing, that stuff is working. See, things people won't respect what you're doing when they don't. People won't respect what you're doing if they don't see it working for you. I'm gonna tell you this, man. People started respecting what I do when they saw me. Actually, when they saw it doing something for me. You can't be sitting here and what you're doing is not working for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you do has to be a testimony to others, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're starving, what's the point of somebody else doing it? Just so they can starve just like you? So what I would recommend that you do is that you separate yourself from them. If they can't respect what you're doing, this is beyond you and them. This is beyond human experience. If they can't accept that, then it's best that you move on and start dealing with people that accept that and respect that. You know what I'm saying? Respect that. And I'm gonna tell you about having thick skin. Thick skin can only be made through tragedy, trauma. You know what I'm saying? When you go through traumatic experience, it makes you strong. You know what I'm saying? It makes you able to deal with hostility. You know what I'm saying? So again, look at that as a test, testing your mind. You say, or an exercise. What you're going through is only there to make you stronger, not make you weaker. All right, let me look at this. What does Metcalfu like? I can't tell you all that. That's something that you gotta either get initiated for or find out yourself. Who do you work with? Someone asked me, who do I work with? I mean, unlike a lot of people, I'll tell you. We have Marinette. We have Ezri Freda. We have Ezeli Donto. We have Bawan Samzi. We have Shango. We have Dambala. We have Legba. We have Legba Metcalfu. We have Marinette. Yeah, I mean, I think did I say Marinette already? Yeah. So there you go. I listed probably like 10 or something like that. And then there's zombie miscellaneous spirits and stuff like that. But that's a lot, man. I'm gonna tell you, you gotta be on top of that to be serving all these spirits and stuff like that, man. You gotta make sure you listen. Don't be like me, because listen, if I had a chance to do this over again, I probably would not have connected with so much responsibilities like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a responsibility. If you make that connection, you better be on that feeding them, because if you don't, they're gonna come back to haunt you. Is it beneficial to marry? I mean, it all depends on what you want. For me, I love the lifestyle that I'm living. You know what I'm saying? I love the plethora of options that these spirits give me. Thank you for the fire. I love the plethora of options that I have. And that's why I serve so many female spirits. I love the options, man. But the thing is, I serve them because I like that personal connection. They have my back even when I'm not looking. Thank you for the flower. Thank you for the rose. Thank you. But is it more beneficial? It all depends on what you're looking for. If you're definitely thinking for the roses, thank you for the hearts, thank you for the fire, thank you, everyone. It all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a quick fix, then go for working with her. If you're looking for a lifetime experience and protection and stuff like that, then basically serve her. What do we have here? In the Bible, I use the Bible, Vodou music, mediation, and when I come back from fifth realm. Oh my God, here we go, this scientific stuff. All right, let me move past that one. You just lost me there, brother. You just went cyberspace, man. The spirit helps me create work. All right. Keep it simple, man. Let me say what, see, here goes. In the spiritual community, let me not say that. In the spiritual community, you have people that subscribe to the philosophical perspective, the New Age perspective. I'm going to tell you one thing. Haitian Vodou is very simple. You're not going to find someone talking about electrons. See, if the way you know someone is outside or just outside of the community is when they start talking about electrons and protons, like Voodoo Diva and them. You know what I'm saying? Voodoo Diva and Heru whatsoever. When you go on their channel, they're Haitian though. But a lot of those, you can see that they was raised in America and they deviated from whatever. You go on their channel, all they're talking about is politics, Elon Musk, and Facebook, Twitter, electrons, magnetic scopes, and microphones, and all types of weird stuff like that. So when you have people talking about, engrams, microscopic optics, metaphysical. No, bro, we don't talk like that. We keep it simple, man. We keep it simple. You do this, this is what the consequence is, man. You say, don't do that, or else you say, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. It's plain and simple like that. When you guys start talking all this fifth realm, third dimension, and this and that, you start create confusion, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, one thing I will say about the Nation of Islam is that when I was, listening to this stuff a long time ago, they said, speak so even that a child understands, right? They said, speak so that a child can understand. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys be complicating things. Y'all put all these metaphysical terms and all these titles like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And people don't even understand what you're talking about. Some of you guys actually sound like you're out of your mind, like you're schizophrenic. Keep things simple. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Keep things simple. No, I get it. I get it. But understand that there's people that can be confused when you're using these terminologies, these terms, man. Keep it simple. You say you want to be able to speak so that everyone can understand, man. Even sometimes I'm puzzled when I hear some people when I read and hear some of these people speak, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, some of these guys that subscribe to the conscious community, or what we used to call See, back in the day, what they call conscious community today is what we used to call Afrocentric community, Afrocentrism, or Afrocentric. Well, I would say we used to call it the Afrocentric movement. Today, it is the conscious community. See, you guys are young, man. Back in the day, this thing evolved from the conscious community. No, it evolved, excuse me, what I'm saying. It evolved from the Afrocentric community to the conscious community. The Afrocentric community was, I would say, civilized. It was still, people was really serious back then. Now you have this thing called a conscious community, and you have all types of weird people with rape allegations to their name. You got all types of I don't know. Let me just move away from that. I don't even like talk about those people, man. So let me move away from that. Let me see something real. Can you talk about money work? Can you talk about money work? Yes, I can talk about money work. This is from TikTok. Someone asked me, can I talk about money work? Yes, I can. Money work is like this. When you do money work, it brings in opportunities to you. But you want to make sure that you have the skills to carry out what it is that you're trying to draw into your life. So if you do money work for a construction job, do you have the skills to maintain that job? Thank you for the fire. Thank you. 3 of those. Thank you. But listen, do you have the skills to maintain that construction job? Don't get a job through money magic and not have the skills to maintain it. Next thing you get fired, then you think, oh, the spell didn't work for me. Some people be doing money magic expecting that they don't have to do anything in order to achieve that. And that's so far from the truth. You see? So when it comes to money magic, listen, you got to work hard. You see, like for me, it's like money magic is, oh man, be able to supply the demand. For me, I try to stay away from money work right now for myself because I'm so overwhelmed with enough clientele and people that are basically reaching out to me for work. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is like this. You don't want to get ahead of yourself to the point where, you got so much money, you can't even control this. That's why, like, for me, people be mad at me because I don't understand. Excuse me, what I'm saying. People be mad at me because I don't answer their messages. And it's not, when I say don't answer their messages, thank you. Well, I got 10 peppers. What? Man, I got to look that up. I'm going to look that up. What are these peppers? What does this fire mean? I got like 10 peppers on TikTok. I got to look that up. What does that mean, though? But listen, people get mad at me at times, like customers, not clients, because I respond to my clients. But new people they be messaging me, yo, listen, Facebook, YouTube, hit those like buttons, man. You guys are tuning in. There's 43 people watching. I only got 6 likes. Make that happen, man. Hit those like buttons, man. Yeah, you Facebook viewers, you YouTubers, hit that like button for me, please. Make my likes go up because I need that thing to move through the algorithm. And thank you, TikTok. Thank you for that. But listen, people get mad at me. Customers get mad at me. We're talking about money magic now. I don't respond to a lot of messages because, like, I'm very selective with who I do work for. I really got to take my time out to listen to your case and see if you're serious or not, because that allows me to weed out who I do work for. If you're not serious, I don't want to waste my time and take your money. And this, it's a complication and problems. But I got so much work, so much people hitting me up for work. Like, I can't take it's like I can't take everybody's work. I can't do work for everybody. It's like, so I gotta, I stay away from doing money magic because I know when you do money magic, good money magic, you start seeing costs come from here, costs come from there, costs come from here, costs come from man. It's like right now, I'm really trying to focus on building up my YouTube because I had one hater that got my YouTube knocked down. So right now I'm rebranding, rebuilding up my my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So right now I take on clients, but I really got to hear you guys out and pace myself. But I'm just saying, I speak that so that when you guys understand about this money magic thing, You got to be able to supply demand. Because if I hit that money magic thing, I'm going to have calls. People hitting me up. And that thing is overwhelming. To have all these people calling you up back and forth, you can say that is overwhelming. Messaging you, texting you, overwhelming. Overwhelming. One second. Do you burn money work for? No, I don't do no. Listen, I be seeing people be burning ancestral money. I don't know. I seen a lot of American people do that. I don't burn none of that stuff, man. I got my own method, and I can't tell you how I do mine, man. You know what I'm saying? I got my own method of doing money magic. But again, like I said, I do it when I need to for myself. But I say for clients, if I'm going to do it for you, understand that you got to have the skills necessary and don't be lazy. Because I'm not going to do no work for somebody that's not going to basically put their resumes out there, that's not going to go out there and promote their business whatsoever, or who doesn't even have the right business plan to put together. See, money magic is cool. It presents opportunities. But if you don't have the right business plan, the right performance, it's like me doing social media, right? Presentation means everything. What makes me sell? What sells my business? Presentation, communication, customer service, being able to supply demand. But one thing I'll say that's important is the techniques that I use, the skill that I have. Now, if I didn't have those things, I would not be successful at what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have the right things, the right tools for the job, right? Money work is not just, oh, I'm going to do work and it's going to pop out of nowhere and that's it. No, I don't do healing, by the way. Somebody asked me, oh my God, look at all these YouTube statements, these students. Man, it's on me, man. Hold on. Listen, I've been giving y'all all of this work. No, healing is, we're talking about healing, like they talk about guérison. They talk about healing as in, no, I don't do healing like that. No, sis, they're talking about guérison. Like, okay, if a person has like a disease, I stay away from that. I definitely don't want the feds trying to crack down on me and say, I stay away from healing work. Anything dealing with medical stuff, I see what they did to Dr. Sebi, and I don't want no part of that. You know what I'm saying? I'll stay in love magic and black magic. That's where it's safe. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that. But when basically you start talking about medicine, you start taking money out of their mouth. Nah, I'm not playing with that, man. So nah, leave me up. Guérison, go to somebody else. I'm not touching that. I'm not trying to end up like Dr. Sebi, man. Okay, let me look at the YouTube now. I said everything on TikTok already. Let me go to YouTube real quick, man. I get what you're saying, Miss Rowe. I get what you're saying, but the way they actually act, with the way they're asking it, is more to medicinal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Empress, let me see if Empress is cute. Oh, is she cute? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Yo, TikTok is amazing. Social media thing in general is amazing. I be looking at these people like, yo, that girl cute over there. But listen, Empress Energy 1111. Listen, I got tons of videos dedicated to that. You got to go on YouTube. Listen, let me tell you something. Go on my YouTube. There's a link for that. What? I gave you guys over 60 minutes of my time. Listen, on YouTube, look up Street Sweeper Ring under my name. You're going to have a whole catalog of videos talking about that. And listen, also, let me promote my other two channels. They're called a vintage catalog. Let me say, for you guys on YouTube and TikTok, I have two channels, additional channels on YouTube. It's called Vintage Channel 1, Vintage Channel 2. You can check out all my old content from 2016 leading up to early 2023, right? That's the cutoff date last summer. But basically, you have all my content from when I first started. You're going to find so much things. Yeah. So check for the Leonard L. Mirror's Vintage Catalog 1 and 2 on YouTube. You're going to find so much valuable information. I talk about the Street Sweeper Ring. I go so much in detail to that. And check out my main channel. My main channel, that's where I have all my updated material, and it's like a lot of high-end quality videos. TikTok, I don't really put too much of it on there whatsoever. I try to keep them short form. But if you want my long form, high-powered, high-quality content, come to my YouTube. 1 second, hold on. Somebody send me a super chat. Hold on. 1 second. Whoa. We got here. Can you talk about signs? I keep seeing my POI name everywhere. Is that movement? What is POI? Person of interest. Okay. I keep seeing you guys. I like that brief. Okay, I like that one. My POI, person of interest. Sometimes I use target, right? But I like that. My key. Can you talk about? I keep seeing signs of my POI name everywhere. Is that movement? Of course. When you're doing love magic to pull someone, you may see images that look like them. You may see people that look like them. You may see their name pop up everywhere. You may see things related to them pop up. Yeah, of course. That comes into territory. That is definitely signs of movement. I mean, listen, sometimes I tell people pay attention to your dreams as well, because your dreams will give you insight to see it. To see some more things. Hold on. I would like to do an interview with you. Well, hit me up, man. When you get a chance, I'll hit me up when you get a chance. Let me know, and we probably work something out. Depends on what it is. Well, it all depends. We got to talk about it behind the scenes, man. Thank you. Okay, I'm just looking at this. Hold on. Oh. Well, listen. I gave you guys about an hour of my time. I'm going to have to conclude this. On the YouTube end, I'm going to say thank you guys for participating. I will catch you guys a little later. And thank you guys for the donations and the super chats whatsoever. That really helps me out a lot. I'm out. Deuces.